Gonna be at Grandma's for a week.
Well, it's not that I don't trust you to get on.
And why spend money on a housekeeper?
It's for Grandpa's sake. Bad enough he has to run that store at his age. I don't want him trying to run this house.
What's this Mrs. McGivern like?
Well, Grandpa will be here with her any minute. I've never met her, but she comes very highly recommended.
Well, that's the old homestead.
Are you sure you can afford a housekeeper? All right, Poopsie. Let's see what we're in for this time.
She's got a dog.
What kind is it?
Don't know, but it sure is done up.
Children, come away from that window. It's very impolite to stare.
Well, folks, meet Vera.
Hello, Vera.
Hi, Vera.
Nice to meet you, Vera, and welcome. These are my children, Ben, Kathy, and Danny.
I'd prefer the children to call me Mrs. McGivern, so they know who's in charge.
I don't calculate there'll be any question about that.
You have a dog. Poopsie is very sensitive. I hope your dog doesn't have anything Poopsie can catch.
Don't worry. Jonas can't even throw.
Now, remember, children, I want you to cooperate with Mrs. McGivern and do your best, and it's only for a week, and... Oh, Grandpa, what are you waiting for? Let's go.
I am the kind of person who likes things done in an orderly fashion. So let's start out by establishing rules and guidelines. First, punctuality. Anyone late for meals will not be served. There will be no backtalk or disobedience of any kind. Grace will be said before meals, and a prayer will be offered at bedtime. And as to the chores... He's got fleas. Poopsie has never had a flea in her life. That dog will have to go.
Go? Go where?
Outside.
But Vera...
Mrs.
I mean, Mrs. McGivern. Jonas isn't an outside dog.
He is now.
Outside dog?
Please.
Oh, man.
I tell you, Homer, I see drill sergeants that was motherly compared to this Vera.
And it don't bother you none?
It did at first. Then I figured it might do the kids some good. If anything, Martha's a mite too easy on them.
One thing for sure, they'll really appreciate their mother when she gets back.
You ain't just treading air.
Well, I gotta be moseying along.
Grandpa! You've got to do something.
Wait till you hear what Mrs. McGivern did.
She says Jonas can't come in the house anymore.
Now, looky here, you kids. I don't want you coming in here and whining and complaining every other second. I'm just not going to take sides. Oh, well, hello there, Vera.
How come you children are here when there's chores waiting at home? I see. Come to complain about me, huh?
Well, I gotta be going.
Me too.
Wait for me.
Just want to pick up a few things for the house. Here's the shopping list.
All righty. Get this together for you in a few minutes. Afraid I ain't got no bath salts.
No? Oh, dear. Poopsie just loves it in her bath.
You put bath salts in the dog's bath.
Please, don't use the word D-O-G in front of her. It's very humiliating.
That sure is a very particular M-U-T-T.
Mr. Day, for your information, Poopsie is registered with the AKC.
AKC? What's that spell?
It stands for American Kennel Club.
Oh.
It means she has a pedigree.
What's more than you can say for some P-E-O-P-L-E? I'm fresh out of lamb chops. Besides, the kids ain't too fond of lamb.
It's not for them. Poopsie just adores lamb chop bones.
That dog sure has... Sorry, that D-O-G sure has some expensive taste, don't she?
Please, don't make any loud noises. It startles Poopsie. What is it, Poopsie? What's the matter? What's bothering you? Something in here is disturbing her. There's the culprit. Out! Get the cat out immediately. Poopsie is allergic to cats. And don't you know that black cats bring bad luck?
This one sure brought some.
There, Poopsie dear. The nasty cat's gone. All better now? Look at the way her little eyes are watering. That's what cat fur does to her.
Well, all I can say is it's lucky she's not a cat. Oh, boy.
Hello, Mama? How are you?
Just fine, and Grandma's fine, too. How's everything at home?
Fine. Just fine.
You all getting along well with Mrs. McGivern?
Here's Grandpa.
Hello, Martha. How's the old lady?
She's just fine. Everybody getting along all right with Mrs. McGivern?
Here's Danny.
Hello, Mom. How are you?
Just fine, son. Are you minding Mrs. McGivern?
I sure do mind her.
Good. And are you getting along with her? Is Ben there?
He sure is. Here, Ben.
Howdy, Ma. How's Cleveland?
Still in Ohio. Ben, I know you'll give me a straight answer. Are you all getting along okay?
Oh, now, what kind of a question is that?
One that I expect an honest answer to.
Oh, what was that question again?
Is Mrs. McGivern working out?
Ma, don't worry about a thing. She's the best there is at what she does.
I'm certainly glad to hear that, because Grandma wants me to stay an extra few days, so I guess there's no reason why I shouldn't, right?
I still say you should have told Ma the truth.
And spoil her whole vacation.
Ben's right. No matter how much we're suffering, we can't let Ma know.
I don't know which one I don't like more, Mrs. McGivern or that dog. Shh! Or that D.O.G. of hers. Yesterday, she made me play fetch with Poopsie.
What's so terrible about that?
You don't understand. When you play fetch with Poopsie, she throws and you fetch. And the way she treats Jonas, it's something fierce. Just because her little Poopsie has a pedicure.
Pedigree. It means knowing who your ancestors were.
We know who Jonas's ancestors were.
Who?
Dogs. Right, Jonas?
All right. Who took Poopsie's lamb chop bone? Oh, no, you don't. Naughty dogs have to be punished, just like naughty children. From now on, Jonas, no more bones for you. And none of your back talk.
My new invention. I call them summer skates.
Summer skates?
You use them when there's no ice.
How's that female Rough Rider working out?
She's a holy terror, is what?
Hey, say, you want to know a good way to take the wind out of her mizzen mast?
I'm all ears and some nose.
Court her.
Huh?
You know, sweet talk her. Make her think you're interested in her from a romantic angle.
I ain't interested in her from any angle.
I tell you, it never fails. She'll be putty in your hands.
Yeah? Question is, what am I going to do with 150 pounds of putty?
Where's Grandpa?
Shh. Probably in the kitchen trying to get up his nerve.
And how are you tonight, Miss McGivern?
Oh, it's you. What do you want?
Just thought we might have a little conversation.
What about?
No, I don't know. We could discuss any subject of your choosing. Like them victuals you made tonight. They was mighty good, Vera.
That's because I use only the best ingredients.
Yeah. You know something, Vera. You are a mighty presentable woman.
That's because I always avoid starchy foods.
Ditto.
Did I ever mention to you that I was...
Was what?
This! What else would you like to talk about?
Oh, you sound so pitiful.
How would you sound if some stranger comes into your house and tells you to go outside and freeze?
He's not cold, he's just lonely.
Well, I don't know about you two, but I'm gonna do something about it.
Well, what do you have in mind?
Sneaking Jonas up here?
How? She's sitting right where she can see both the back door and the front door.
Who said anything about using doors?
What are you making, Mrs. McGivern?
Little something for Poopsie.
A nightshirt?
Well, a little D-O-G gets cold, too, you know.
Uh-huh. Especially if they have to, sleep outside.
What?
Nothing.
Now remember, not a sound, Jonas. Ready?
Ready! What is it, Poopsie? Something the matter?
Oh, I'm sure nothing's wrong.
There's a full moon, you know. That's when all the creatures come out.
What kind of creatures?
The usual ones. Leprechauns, hobgoblins, and so forth. I tell you, there's something going on.
Mrs. McGivern, look at your face.
What about my face?
Did you know you've got a piece of thread in your mouth?
Naturally. If you don't, the evil spirits might sew up your mouth.
Hello, boy. How's my boy?
What's that?
Oh, it's probably just Danny doing, his exercises.
At this time of night? Is he in his bare feet?
Probably.
Then his toenails need trimming. I think I'd better have a look. Come on, Poopsie.
Who is it?
Mrs. McGivern, I want to talk to you. Well?
Just a minute. Now be very quiet, boy. Come in.
Come here. I want to talk to you.
I can hear you from here.
Why were you jumping up and down?
Me? What makes you think I was jumping up and down?
We distinctly heard the sound downstairs.
Oh, that was me jumping up and down.
What was that?
That was me. I've got a sort of a sore throat.
Get away from the front of that desk. Aha! Just as I thought. All right, young man, that is what I call deliberate disobedience. You are confined to your room for an entire week.
Sure is good to hear you, Ma.
Ben, is everything still all right?
Oh, same as ever, Ma.
And you still feel the same way about Mrs. McGivern?
Exactly the same.
Good. Because you know what I've been thinking, Ben? When I come home, I'm going to get a job.
You are?
Yes, not only for the money, although heaven knows we need that, but you children are all grown up now, and I feel it's time for me to get out of the house. Do you understand?
Well, sure, Ma, only...
But I certainly wouldn't dream of doing it unless there was somebody to take care of you children and Grandpa. And Mrs. McGivern sounds absolutely perfect. Hello? Are you still there, Ben? Ben?
Danny? Danny Day, what are you doing?
I'm moving out, that's what.
Come down here. I've got a better solution.
Yeah?
What we've got to do, Danny, is get her to leave of her own accord.
What you gotta do, Jeff, is get her to leave of her own accord.
That's easy to say, but how?
Well, you've noticed how superstitious she is.
Say,
Well, I figure she probably believes in ghosts, too.
you mean,
Right. If we can scare her, she'll leave and never come back.
sure, who'd want to be a haunted housekeeper?
Don't whine too much.
Saints preserve us! Oh, my stars!
Ow!
Danny!
Are you all right?
Well, I suppose this is your idea of a joke, huh?
Remember, Homer, you promised to back me up.
And I will.
Personally, I fail to see the humor of the situation. And let me tell you this, you are each of you going to suffer for what you've done.
Now, just hold on there. Vera, there is something I've been aching to say to you.
Yes?
You... I think this is your cue.
All righty. My name's Homer Bladfett, ma'am. I'm a friend and neighbor of this family, and I've been a friend and neighbor of theirs nigh on to 30 years. And I'm a-gonna tell you something, and I'm a-gonna tell it to you straight. Nobody's gonna browbeat any friends of mine while I got a breath to draw. You understand? I say, do you understand? What's the matter? Don't you hear me?
Oh, I do. I do hear you, you masterful man.
Huh?
What a lucky woman your wife must be.
Wife, I ain't got no wife.
You haven't? Who takes care of you, you poor man?
Well, I take care of myself, that's who.
Oh, let's just not ride. Mrs. Day doesn't need me, but you do.
What?
You just wait right here. I'll have my bags packed in no time.
Hi, Ma. Did you have a good time?
Fun, Mom. Glad to see you.
Oh, well, I just had a marvelous time. And Grandma sends her regards to all. And where's Mrs. McGivern?
I guess you'd better tell her, Grandpa.
Well, you see, Martha, we didn't want to upset you, but Mrs. McGivern wasn't exactly the perfect housekeeper.
But when I called, you all said she was outstanding at what she did.
Yeah, but I didn't tell you that what she did best was drive us batty with all her rules.
And when I called back and asked you if you still felt the same way about her, why, Ben Day, you lied to me.
We just didn't want to upset you, Ma.
Well, where is she?
You better tell her, Kathy.
She's working for Homer.
He told her where to get off. She promptly fell in love with him.
She's working over to his place right now.
Oh, I think that's scandalous. Saddling him with somebody like that. He must be cursing you every second, Pa.
No, just every other second.
Appears like something good happened.
I'll say Mrs. McGivern packed her bags and lit out.
How come?
Her poopsie was allergic to my cat.
You don't have a cat.
I do now.